Adobe lovers. I'm Lướt. Welcome to my new channel, Kattor Adobe. In today's learning Photoshop tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to blur background in case you forgot to make your photo good looking during photo shooting. But before we start, don't forget to give me a thumb up and click on the subscribe button. Then hit on the bell to follow new video for you to learn more. Let's go. Alright, so with this tutorial, this technique is very easy, simple and completely non-destructive. So you can always come back and make any adjustments or any change with your layers on your project. So first of all, let's take a look with the background. So in the background, you have to make a layer from the background. So to make a layer from the background, click Command J on the mask. Click one more to make one more layer. So the first layer I call foreground. So this is the way that the Photoshop user have to make it to be well organized and well known. So in the second one I call background. So why I have to make a second background? Because I will keep the last background to become original one and unhide. These techniques will keep you stay focused on the layer that you have to work on. First, you have to work on the foreground layer. In the foreground layer, you need a subject. So you have to remove all the background away. So to remove the background away, go to Selection tool and make a select subject. Nice. So you can see that all people are selected. But the problem is you want to select your main subject. So draw all the people away. Hold the Option key and click on your mouse and hold drag on area that you don't want. Well done. So now you can select on your main subject, and don't worry about the selection. You can make it later to make a smooth selection. So the next step, you have to remove the background from the subject. So to remove the background from the subject, go to add the layer mask on the foreground. So to see that the background are removed, just click unhide the background. So you can see that the background are removed. So now let's go to the background. So in the background, you have to remove the subject from the background. So in order to remove the subject from the background, you have to select the subject. So to select the subject, hold the Command key and click on the layer mask on the foreground. Now you see that the selection is selected on the main subject. So in order to disappear the subject, so go to Select and it modifies and click Expand. So I give Expand 15 to make expand the selection. So you can see that the selection is expanded. In order to remove the subject, go to Edit, Fill, and then in the capacity you have to make 100% for the capacity and click OK. Alright, so click unhide on the foreground so that you can see that the background are still, the subject is hide from the background. So now let's work more on the background to remove some people in the background. In order to remove the people in the background, just select the people in the background. Alright, so let's go to the Edit and Fill and make it capacity 100%. Now you see that all people are disappeared. Alright, so now the background is more good looking. So to make more and more beautiful backgrounds, you have to make the background to be blurred. So in order to make a background to be blurred, you have to deselect on the background and convert the background to become a smart object. Go to the layers, go to smart object, convert to smart object. A smart object is a container which holds one or more layers that allow you to apply easily editable adjustments, distortions, or easily filter or give any transformation without any problem. Okay, now so let's go to filter, blur galleries, tilt and shift. So now you can see that the blur and unblur is between, so the unblur in the middle, so you can readjust the way that you want to blur it. So I want to blur the right and the left. Take the unblur behind the subject. Good. So now the background is not blur enough, so give blurs to 45. Let's try 45. Okay, you can see that the background is blurred, and click OK. Then you can see that the background blur, and please unhide the subject to see between the background and the foreground. So now you can see the whole picture is more good looking. So the last step is to fine-tune your mask. So take a look at a layer of foreground layers and click on the mask foreground. Go to the brush tool and then click on the white color and adjust the selection to give the best shape of your main subject. And you can design the brush tool, make it bigger. So give the black color to remove the background from the foreground layer. Alright, so now you got all the main shape of your main subject, and then you have to work on the subject because the subject is looking dark. So go to Effects tool, use curve, and then click on the drag on the layer so that this curve will affect on just the layer you want to work on. So go to the curve and go to Effect curve and give auto color so that you can see that the subject is more brightness. You can see that here. So if you want some bright, you just give a little bit. Yeah, see that the price come up. Alright, now you get all you want, and the background is still dark, so give the background more bright by using a brush tool and create a new layers. Alright, so give a brush tool, point to the background. Alright, so let's resize the brush tool. Resize to bright on the subject so that the bright will bright on the subject and make more good looking. In blending mode, select overlay. Okay, so you see that the subject is more bright. Alright, so now it's almost done, but the problem is you want to make it more realistic, so works on the subject by give some life on the subject and make the sub layers, so this layer will only affect on the subject layer, on the foreground layers. Go to the brush tool, resize the brush tool, look at the subject, so you can see that the bright is bright on the subject, so highlight on the shirt of the subject. In blending mode, select soft lights, so you can see that the light is on the shirt and on the body of the subject. You can make more by using the brush tool to brush on the subject. Alright, so now it's look good to see that between the background and the subject is much together. Then again I have to convert all the layers to smart objects. So click select all the layer and go to the layer smart objects, convert to smart objects. So now let's apply camera raw filters by go to filter and make a camera raw filter. Alright, so in the camera filter, basically we go to the effects and give a vignettings minus as much as you can minus it, so that you can see that it pop up the subject and the background is more dark and give the subject very good lookings. Alright, so now you can click OK and then you can see the final result is the best. Alright, so now the tutorial is finished, but don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumb up or comment if you have any questions on so that I can help you. So in the next tutorials I'm gonna show you the new features of Adobe Photoshop 2021 just with the one click and easy to edit your photo. Fantastic